Hello, my lovelies, it's Dice. I have the Dragon Federation mobile AR app update. Currently, we are aware that the newest test build is broke for Android. Sorry, guys, we've got the dev team rushing to fix it. Samsung's aware of it. I'm sorry. Right now, as I understand, the issue is when you first log in on Android, it lets you log in, it opens the camera, and then you have a blank camera. And then on other logins, if you don't fully close out of the app or log out, which there isn't a logout button if the camera's blank, but it just pops open and it's just like a blank screen. It's a black screen. I don't even think it gets to the Unity screen. So we are aware that that is an issue on Android. For Apple or iOS users, we have a new build. So the new build, you should see the lullaby works. If you let it run for a few minutes, it should either calm the dragon down, slow that heart rate, or if it's already calm and slow, put it to sleep if it's not asleep. You should also see that the heating and cooling buttons work. This morning, Samson and I were testing to see if we could overheat our dragon eggs. We were able to get them up to 300 degrees. Remember that when this goes live, your egg can die by boiling. So it's important to make sure it stays in a safe heating. But what we were testing is the UI is supposed to go red, and you're supposed to get a warning message and like a little alarm sound going off that your egg is in the danger zone, that it's too hot and it's too dangerous. That does not currently happen, so if you're trying to test it with us, just know that we're aware that that isn't showing up, and it has been reported as an error, because in the final app we want to make sure that we warn people before something bad can happen to their egg. I didn't test cooling because I just assume it's the same thing, but if you cool your egg too much, I believe it goes into hibernation or stops growing. More information to follow on that as we figure these things out, as we finalize them. The non-disclosure for sharing in-app video and app pictures has been lifted, so you can now share that in general chat. You can share it on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever socials you want to share it on. With Discord, I just ask that you put a spoiler in front of it, because we do have some people who they don't want to see it yet, which is fair. But you know, we're trying to be fair to everybody and respect people's wishes. So if you could put a spoiler in front of that. If you don't know how to do a spoiler, let me know and I can walk you through that process. You can also Google it. So we're moving right along. Once we have the Android app build, test app build, I can't talk. When we have the Android test app build fixed, we want Android, and of course Apple should be doing this now, but we want you to go ahead and we're going to have you test every button. Report if something has changed, if you noticed it. If you don't notice it, that's fine. If something's not working, is it working as intended? Which is, it's difficult to know what's intended because we don't want to spoil everything for you, right? So we try not to tell you every little thing, but let us know what each button does, if you think it's working, if you think it's broke, why do you think it's broke? And you can go ahead and report that in Discord, or if you would prefer, go ahead and report it to the Google form. I am working, but this wouldn't be implemented until after Black Friday. But please let me know in the comments or on Discord what you think. I think we need another Google form, so I've been working on updating a Google form that's just for test app errors. I think having two forms is better than having one form. Samson thinks having one form is better, last I checked, because he's not as concerned about the errors because we knew that there would be errors. Obviously, this is alpha testing, and that they would be reported. But I think that we've reached a point where having two forms, one that's an error form and then one that's a feedback. How does the UI feel? How does the UI look? What app suggestions do you have? I think that's a good idea. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you think two forms is going to be confusing or too much, please let me know, because I don't want to implement something that you, the testers, don't want to have to deal with. I'm happy to still collect the data, so if you send it to me on Discord, I'm happy to collect it, but I am going to ask you to also consider filling out the form, just so that gets passed on, because sometimes it takes me a little while to get on Discord. I try to watch it all day, but I also have two full-time jobs, so my weeks can be a little hectic, and I appreciate everyone's patience with me. Yeah, we have a lot going on. We are hoping to move into the beta, so depending on the feedback from this test build, if all the buttons are working, how they're working, if they feel good, if they don't feel good, the next step is to do a shortened version of growing your egg, and that will be the beta test last I checked. Of course, this is all ETA, so estimated time of arrival. Are you okay, Durga? Sorry, my dog just bumped the table really hard with her head. So moving into that beta is an estimated time of arrival. We wanted to try to get it out before Black Friday. That's not going to happen at this point. We are hoping to have it done before the end of the year, so probably testing through December or the Christmas time on how that life cycle feels. It will be a condensed version. Last I heard, we were thinking of doing a 30-day process where you see it go from the zygote, or the dragon bean as some of you called it, to the ready to hatch stage. And that was we're thinking a 30-day test, even though the actual egg will take 90 days to hatch. But we wanted to condense it for testing to make it a little bit faster and simpler. And then we'll be asking for feedback, which will go into the current feedback form that Samson has, about how that feels. Do you feel like certain stages should be longer or shorter? But currently the app is set to just be random. I think most people's is actually probably in like the last stages. I'm not sure if they're resetting it with every build. I don't have an answer for that. I'm sorry. If you are a tester who is not on Discord, please do join our Discord. I provide regular updates. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I try to provide regular updates. I'm getting ready to do an overhaul. I said this like a week ago. I've been working on overhauling everything I have in the tester channel so that it's more up to date and in line with our current processes, while also trying to create these processes and work with our development team. We are not we're not accepting any new testers at this time, last I checked, unless you're coming in on one of the subscriptions that gives you a testing spot, just because we have limited spots available. And we do expect you to be active. I've tried to provide troubleshooting steps so that before an error is reported, you need to try the troubleshooting steps, which you guys are wonderful and have been doing. You guys are just amazing and killing it. I love the feedback. I love the information. All the feedback does help us as we build, as I pass this on to the developers, and the developers build the next app build, so that eventually when we release this is nice and perfect and polished and wonderful and everything everybody hopes it'll be. So it hasn't been completed. I don't have an ETA for when, but I appreciate all of you so much. I will be posting this in the Discord tester chat, and then it'll be here on my YouTube channel as well. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.